Hello class, my name is Bryan. I'm here to teach you a lesson about the very first pillow. We're going over the history of pillows. The first pillow was first historically identified used by...
Alright, go ahead, start us off.
What is up guys? My name is Bryan. I'm one half of That Poké Duo, and today we are bringing you the next episode of our world famous podcast that is not world famous.
At all.
Yes, it is not at all. As you can tell, my friend is here.
Yeah, hey guys! Hey! How you doing?
Good, how you doing?
What's going on, guys? Hey!
Guys, what's up? What's up? Hi.
Hey guys, I'm Christian. I'm the other half of That Poké Duo. I'm in a good mood today.
Surprisingly, you're in a good mood today.
I'm in a good mood. I want to spread love and cheer and rainbows, flowers, and wind turbines to all...
She doesn't even go here! Do you even
Nah.
go to the school? No, I just want everyone to be happy.
Nah, I'm fucking around actually. Good reference, but I'm just fucking around. I'm miserable. I hate life, and I hate this stupid podcast. I'm getting out of here. I'm quitting today. Bye.
Bye!
Damn, I'm so sick of this shit. Alright, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, iCarly, we watched 3 more episodes. They were actually kind of good. Last week they weren't. Or how many weeks ago we did it?
Yeah.
2 weeks ago?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
And we just uploaded it 2 days ago or something like that, too.
Life's been busy. Lots of obstacles. And you want me to go into my personal life? Those 6 of you that watch this diligently every week, or month, or 5 months. No. You gotta keep watching for more of that. All I'll say is it has to do something with job.
Fair.
That's it. Job.
Job. Just the word job.
Yep, job. Steve Jobs.
And then everybody was just like, yep, we get it.
It's just, and yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Okay.
But I guess I'll just give my overall opinion of what our experience was with episodes 4, 5, and 6. And that was 4 was aight. Episode 4 was aight.
It's forgettable for me.
Yeah, just aight, you know.
Aight.
And 4, 5, and 6. 5 and 6 were actually pretty fucking good, and I laughed a few times.
I didn't laugh, but I don't tend to laugh like out loud very much.
Mm-hmm. I'm very much more of a vocal person than you are.
But yeah, 5 and 6 were definitely the most enjoyable of that bunch.
I agree.
Not only because of the fantastic additions to the cast as guest stars, which we'll go into that a bit later. But,
yeah, that's right.
But there's also just like the stories that were being told in those episodes.
Yeah.
The hijinks that went on.
Spencer.
Really good stuff that we want to see moving forward with the series.
Spencer wears a bonnet. He wears a bonnet.
They never answered that question.
They never explain it. He just shows up in a bonnet, and I want him in a bonnet.
Yeah.
More often. Wear that bonnet.
Yep, Jerry Trainer, just wear your bonnet.
Yeah, wear that fucking bonnet. I don't care why. I laugh my ass off at that. And so far, that's probably the biggest laugh I've had in this season, which hasn't really been filled with laughs.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that. Bryan!
So we'll go ahead and start with episode 4, which was about what again?
I was going to ask you that. I have to remember.
Okay.
Her granddad came.
The granddad, yes, the granddad came. And
same actor as the original series, granddad.
He definitely didn't age well, but I guess that's part of being old, is you don't age well.
Yeah, but I like that actor. I got to look him up.
He came back, yeah. They didn't do a thing where they just retconned him and just had a different actor play him. They just kept they kept the same actor. Even if you didn't know his name, you could tell it was him from his voice. He had a very similar voice from when he was granddad in the original iCarly to granddad now. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he's a criminal mastermind now?
Yeah, he scammed Carly, which was weird. And then it got weirder because it starts with her wanting to reunite with him because he's coming back from Yakima.
Yakima?
Wherever the hell that is. I think it's Canada. I think it's in Canada.
I think Kansas, maybe? I don't know. Yakima. No, it's
north.
It's I think it's still in Washington State.
Is it? Okay. I don't know why I was...
Because
it sounds like...
it's in Seattle, right? So this whole thing takes place in Seattle. I remember
aka LA.
And not being that long of a long drive.
Yeah. It's LA Seattle. It's LA's version of, or it's Seattle's version. Yes, LA's version of Seattle, because none of it looks like Seattle when they're outside. It all looks LA.
Yeah.
But he's from Yakima.
Yeah.
Established previously in the original series, and comes back to visit. And
I think Yakima is a retirement community.
I don't know. I just know that they mentioned it a lot. And
Yakima.
Yeah, they kept saying
you
it.
just go to Yakima Junior High.
Right, and season 1 they kept saying it, and it was funny because it's a funny word.
Yeah,
and
it's a funny word.
So he's come back. Carly's excited. Spencer's on the edge because their granddad likes Carly, doesn't like Spencer. So Carly.
To be fair, Spencer could have been a fantastic lawyer, but he didn't want to be a lawyer, so he became an artist.
Yeah, that made millions of dollars and still.
How are you not proud of your grandson for making millions of dollars off art?
Yeah, still can't get a hug from his fucking granddad because he didn't go to law school, yet he's a millionaire. That's kind of cute and funny. I thought that was interesting and stupid in a good way.
Yeah.
But yeah, it turns out, Carly starts bonding with him right off the cuff. Spencer's just trying to impress him with his new restaurant called Shay What? Which is legit what it's called.
Yeah. It's literally called Shay What. And
no comment on that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that phrase isn't even common anymore. We don't say what anymore.
Well, I think it's a commentary on how Spencer is out of touch with the times.
Yeah.
He's just completely.
Now we just say sheesh.
Yeah.
That's the new say what. Sheesh.
Mm-hmm. Or cringe.
Yeah.
Kind of cringe.
But you can't make a pun off of your name with cringe, unfortunately.
Yeah, true. I could try.
Cringer?
Cringe-gen.
Cringe-gen. Cringer Shay. It's Cringer Shay.
Oh, with him. Okay, yeah.
Cringer Shay. We can do it with the first name. Cringer Shay. That's the closest I can come up with the pun with cringe. With Spencer Shay. Cringer Shay.
What a weird tangent.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, Carly hits it off immediately with the granddad, and Spencer's trying to jazz up his restaurant, try to impress him that way. Then out of nowhere, her granddad decides to be her assistant and then starts ordering her around.
As if Carly was the assistant.
Which, there's no reasoning for this. It just happens. And out of respect for her granddad, she just kind of goes with it. And then he gets Millicent
to join in.
To join, he pays her money to do work for him, and Spencer gets in on it.
Which, to be fair, Carly was not paying her grandfather. So,
I guess that's the lesson, but then the granddad is accused of stealing a fortune of pennies from an acquaintance of his.
Yeah.
I don't get, what was this episode trying to do? And then there was dancing in it.
Yeah.
That's a lot of dancing.
That one, yes.
A lot of dancing. It does kind of get
right now, Freddie is currently dating Pearl, and Pearl is a pet psychic, I think.
Which is so stupid, but kind of cool.
But apparently, both Pearl and
pet therapist.
Pet therapist. That's it. Yeah. Pearl and the new best friend Harper. That's the name. Harper's the name. They're all into astrology. So they get. So Harper gets Freddie to take this quiz about. That has 2 questions. 1, what is your birthday? And 2, what is your mother's pelvic angle?
This gets to he's getting to the dancing soon.
Yeah, I'm getting to the dancing.
He's explaining it.
Yeah. So they end up being Harper and Freddie end up being a complete 100% match through just those 2 questions.
Yeah, I know. It's funny.
And plot twist, Pearl is also a complete match. On the same app with the same questions, even though we have no evidence of this at all. She just says it.
It's just spoken by word.
It's spoken by word, and we take it by word of mouth, so it's fine. It is what it is. But there's only one way to choose who the real match is.
He's got to fuck both of them hard.
You would think that, but it's salsa dancing.
Yeah, and
they make it seem like it's going to be some sort of threesome and who can last longer because they say you have to get physical or something like that.
And they get eerily close to Freddie when they say this.
And then Freddie, who was thinking like we're thinking, we're like, are we actually going to do this? And then they both simultaneously say salsa dancing.
Yeah, it's like,
and they're like, what do you think we were going to say?
Yeah.
Salsa dancing?
but they're all good at it. Like, everyone in this universe is good at salsa dancing, apparently.
Yes.
And it's like a second nature to sex.
Yeah.
Or something. It's so weird.
Yeah.
It's so weird, because they end the episode with, like... Because all the storylines converge at the end, which is actually kind of cool. They make them all converge. They rarely do that.
Yeah.
They usually just kind of... This one ends here. This storyline ends here. B plot here. A plot there. They all converge in this one at Spencer's restaurant. So Spencer's trying to impress his granddad. Carly is trying to convince the granddad that stealing this coin collection, which
could kill him.
Yeah, well,
because the owner of the coins has these guns named Osteo and Porosis.
Yeah, referring to his two fisticuffs.
Yes.
But yeah, like, the guy he's stolen from shows up the same night. Freddy's trying to, do the salsa dancing with his two possible partners.
Even though he only wants to do it with Pearl.
Yes, should be established. And Spencer's there because he's hosting the party in order to impress his granddad. All the while, Carly is trying to convince the granddad to give the coins back to the owner, who shows up with his osteoporosis. Mm-hmm. One arm called osteo, the other porosis. It's a very lame joke.
Yeah.
But, old jokes are fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so this all starts happening. So there's a shitload of just random salsa dancing, and Spencer trying to impress his granddad while salsa dancing. Carly trying to convince her granddad to give the coins back. I think she even salsa dances at one point. I can't remember.
I don't think she salsa dances, but they solve the coin problem.
Yeah, and turns out Spencer allegedly has hid the coins in these dance pants that he made.
Yeah.
So that he could be a better dancer and impress the granddad even more. But it turns out that that's not even the case, because they're fake coins that Spencer created, and the guy takes his pants thinking that they're the original coins, and it turns out Spencer hid them elsewhere to make a mural in the restaurant.
Yeah.
Thereby earning the love and appreciation of his granddad, who is a thief.
Yeah.
And then more salsa dancing.
And with the salsa dancing competition threesome thing between Freddy, Harper, and Pearl, both Freddy and Harper don't want to salsa dance with each other.
Yeah.
But because Harper is so into this astrology thing, she thinks she has to because the stars align.
This is the most random episode of the whole series. I mean, none of it connects. I mean, even though it doesn't make
eventually,
sense.
with the salsa dancing thing, Freddy and Pearl win the competition.
Yeah.
And then Harper finds a girl to salsa dance with, and we're just like, finally.
Yeah. Well,
I was like, finally.
Harper's like legitimately a great dancer. Like,
yeah.
That actress.
Yeah.
Lacey Mosley, I believe her name is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Legit.
Fantastic dancer.
Really, really good. Clearly wins, and then goes off with some other girl. Just drops it right then and there.
Yeah.
Like, Freddie and I are matched. Whoops, I'm gay. Hot girl. Matches up with my astrology chart. See you later. And that's how that storyline ends. But I just want to, bring up, I know all the story, the A plot and the B plot and the C plots converge in this at the end with that stupid salsa party.
Yeah.
But the granddad still baffles me, because, it's almost like they were high when they wrote this. They're like, okay, so we need an episode with a lot of salsa dancing, because these writers loved salsa dancing.
They just got out of a Mexican restaurant, clearly.
I guess, or they had a passion for dancing, and they were like, well, I want to put a dancing episode
now
in
that
there.
the world is semi-back to normal, they went out to a Mexican restaurant without a mask.
I guess.
And then they had a whole bunch of salsa with the chips. That's all they had. They didn't actually order any Mexican food. They just had salsa with chips.
I guess.
So they get out, and they're like, dude, they smoke a blunt, and then they're like, what if we have salsa dancing and Carly's granddad is a criminal? And they're like, yes, write that down. That's good.
Something like that. Either that or they had a passion for it and they just wanted to put it in an episode, finally. And the head writer, the showrunners were like, fine, put in the fucking salsa dancing.
This dude was part of the old iCarly and this iCarly. And even the episode where they do the dances, there weren't any salsa dances.
I don't know. But some guy wanted to do it hard, and just finally they let him do it. But they also were like, well, we gotta have the guy that played Carly's father is only gonna show up for this month. So this is the episode we gotta put him in. So make those combine somehow, and smoke a blunt too. Fuck it, make it work. Because here's how it happens: Granddad comes by, Carly starts spending time with Granddad. Spencer wants to win Granddad's trust. Granddad becomes Carly's assistant. Granddad takes over iCarly. Granddad then starts paying Millicent and Carly's other friends and Spencer money to do his bidding. And then Granddad hijacks iCarly, the show, to sell and talk about coins. And then Granddad is accused of stealing a coin collection years before this happened, like generations ago.
Yeah.
And then Granddad wins the trust of Spencer after Spencer steals the coins or hides the coins effectively from the guy he stole them from.
Right. Okay.
What is this episode?
Let's channel our inner Quentin and talk about all the crimes that have been committed in this one. We've got theft, possession of stolen property,
loitering, soliciting,
selling, the selling of stolen property.
Yeah.
Possession and selling of stolen property.
It's all with Granddad. I mean, like technically,
fraud.
Harper doesn't commit any crimes.
Yeah, it's all Granddad.
It's all Granddad.
It's all Granddad. He's the one committing crimes here.
He's like a crook and he's okay with it, and he's all right that Spencer...
He's bored.
He's all right that Spencer hid his fucking blood money
so the saying
from
is,
the guy that he stole it from.
The saying
it's
is...
such a crooked episode.
So, right now the saying is, be gay, do crimes. Spencer's Granddad is, be bored, do crimes.
But how did we get from Granddad coming to visit the kids to becoming an assistant for iCarly to theft and stealing money?
Right.
How did we get to that? It was such a weird tangent in the episode.
It's like we need that conspiracy theorist marker board.
Well, it's like the writer.
Everything there.
It's like the writers hit a dead zone and they were like, okay, fork in the road. How do we get to the tango thing with the Granddad? Have Spencer hide the coins in his pants, and then they're actually not in his pants, and they're actually on a mural. That's how we get them all to the tango party. It's like the salsa party, rather.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. Yeah. It's so stoner vibe. Like, it's almost like they were throwing pasta at...
It weirdly sounds entertaining that we're talking about it, but watching it was just like...
Until the salsa dancing, it was kind of a drag.
Yeah. Because that was the plot. I thought the salsa dancing was the plus of the episode. Like, I thought we were watching Dancing with the Stars or some shit.
Yeah, that's what they really wanted to do.
Yeah.
They had the actor for Granddad on board, too, so they were like, all right, we got to put him in there somehow. Make it work.
Yeah.
I don't care how. Theft. That's how we make it work. Theft and salsa dancing. There you go.
Yeah, we've got Carly's father, who is a military person and apparently missing, with a... and the grandfather is a criminal mastermind, basically.
Yeah. I mean, it's almost like they were smoking for this one. They were smoking a shitload of... I don't know if it was marijuana. It might have been PCP. I don't know. It was a lot. It was something. When they wrote it, they were smoking something.
For legal purposes, this is a joke. We are not legitimately saying that they were smoking.
I don't know. I'm just speculating. I have no idea. The way this goes, I have no idea.
Yeah.
So I can't say yes or no. That's up for you guys to decide.
Comment question of the day. Were the writers of this episode high when writing this episode? Let us know in the comment section.
Oh, and make sure to hit that like and subscribe button so that we can give you more speculative news from iCarly.
Yes. Gotta do the plug-in.
Yeah, episode 4. I'm just trying to think of any moments that I thought were mildly funny. The salsa dancing was entertaining and weird. And Spencer goes pantless.
Yeah, for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, straight
like
5 minutes.
It's like 5 minutes. He's not wearing pants, and no one is like, "Hey, Spencer, you don't put on some pants?"
Nobody. Mm-hmm. Well, no. Granddad finally does mention at the end that he just kind of stares at him.
Like, I don't even remember that part.
Yeah, I think so. At that point, my brain was fried, and I was ready to get on with the rest of the episodes. And then we had to go eat. And,
we decided that was a bad episode, so we wanted to fill our stomachs with some good food. Yeah,
we went to motherfucking Cece's Pizza. Plug. Sponsor us, Cece's. I know you're not
currently
doing so
not
well.
Sponsored, but you know, if you want to sponsor a YouTube channel that has 58 subscribers.
Yeah, why not, man? Like, come on in. We love your food. We ate the shit out of it today.
Yeah, we had like 5 macaroni and cheese pizzas.
Oh.
We had like 5 dessert pizzas, 5 cheesy breads, 2 cups of soda. You had soup. I had a Hawaiian pizza.
I can't talk about it. I'll just fucking throw it up on the phone. I mean the expensive audio set that we're using to record this.
Yes, very expensive. The one that we spent real hard-earned money on.
Yes, clearly not just a phone we put on the coffee table. We would not do that.
No, we are not that poor.
Yeah, I know.
We're not that desperate for content.
Right? Desperation. Who needs it? Not us!
No. But anyway, before we before we reveal that we're actually just two random blokes who just hang out sometimes and do shit, let's move on to episode 5.
Yeah, let's dive right into the goodness, the tastiness, the delectable deliciousness of this episode.
Episode 5 has one of the first guest stars that has not previously guest starred before.
Yeah,
and at least in this season. At least in this season.
Or the whole series, right?
Maybe there were some guest stars in...
No, I mean, like, what's her name?
Which one are we talking about?
The one that guest stars in this one.
Yeah, Rachel Bloom.
Yeah, she didn't appear... This is the first time she's been in iCarly.
Yeah, she's the first time she's been in iCarly, but this is the first time that I remember there's someone who guest starred that had not been a previous character in the iCarly universe before.
I think you might be right, because I can't think of any...
Because a lot of the recurring characters from Season 1 were characters from the old iCarly.
Yeah.
There weren't any really new people who had, like, a real name.
Right.
Well, Esther Povitz, I don't know. I can't pronounce her last name, but she's like she's like one of the executive directors. She guest starred in one of them, I remember.
That's very specific of you, because I have no idea who that is.
Yeah.
I have no idea who that is.
She was, Esther was the girl that everyone thought Freddie was going to hook up with. In that one episode where they're at the makeover session thing. Do you remember? Oh my god, he doesn't remember from season 1.
I have no idea.
Okay, so we're just gonna drop that conversation.
Yeah, I'm not editing that in either. Fuck that. We'll figure it out later.
We'll figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
don't remember.
I'm
sorry,
so
guys.
the guest star in this one is Rachel Bloom.
Uh-huh.
She was the lead in Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, which is one of my favorite TV musicals because it's hilarious. But she plays a character who has a very long first and last name, so I'm not gonna I don't remember the name of it.
I don't remember it either. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, and she has this dating show where it's called
She hooks
Red
up.
Flags or
where it's very trendy, kind of like bachelorette type show.
Yeah.
She hooks up bachelors with women.
Yeah,
Basically.
Yeah.
And she shows up on the doorstep of Spencer and Carly's place. Or actually, it's Spencer's place, but Carly... We never see Carly's place hardly ever. She practically...
Unless she's in a sack.
Right, which we'll get to. But, at Spencer's place, she knocks on the door, randomly comes in, and starts lecturing Harper and Carly on what makes the perfect, bachelor for a woman.
Right.
And,
basically, the thing is... Be tall.
Be tall as if
don't
it's a
be
choice.
a child.
Yeah.
And something else.
I remember it because they're so fucking funny. Like, this episode actually has really good comedy in it. Like, it's don't attract attention to yourself.
Yeah.
But own attention or some shit like that. Be tall as if it's a choice.
Yeah.
And don't be a baby.
Yeah, basically.
And Spencer, as soon as they mention the don't be a baby part,
he comes in with a bonnet.
Spencer Shea comes into the room with a fucking baby bonnet.
And no one ever thinks to say, "Hey Spencer, why are you wearing a baby bonnet?"
No, all we get is this this made me fucking laugh. Like, this actually, I couldn't stop laughing at this. Like, Carly goes like, "Spencer, bonnet,
Carly, your face." It was like the insult from like our elementary school. We're just like, "Your face is dumb."
It's so fucking funny. It's because he's so unaware of the situation. The fact that. They do call this celebrity in. That's right. She doesn't just show up. They did call her.
They call her in, yeah.
But the reason they did it is for Spencer to attract a mate, and now he shows up in an infantile. In an infantile.
And the only reason they do this is because Carly gets insecure.
Yeah, like he shows up in an infantile getup, and then Carly's freaking out, and the only comeback is just the one we just uttered. It's fucking hilarious. Man, I almost
we realize that Spencer. Is lonely, I guess we'll call it lonely, because they had a Brothers Day.
Oh yeah, Brothers Day,
which was they just had a sign that said Happy Mother's Day, and they crossed out the M and wrote
with the BR.
Yeah, and in some speech he goes like, "I've been single for a long time," and then we all know how Carly is. She takes that personally. Well, she thinks she has to fix it.
He literally announces that the reason he didn't get to do a lot of the cool 20-year-old, 30-year-old things...
Because he went to be a guardian.
That most people his age get to experience is because he was taking care of Carly.
Yeah.
Like a father-daughter relationship. Literally blurs it out. Sadly. And Carly hears him loud and clear.
Yeah.
So that's why she calls the...
That's why she calls Rachel Bloom. We're going to call her Rachel Bloom.
Rachel Bloom. Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, we don't... she had a long last name, and I didn't catch it.
Yeah, and so even though...
It's like Mackenzie something. I don't know.
It was a long-ass name. It was like a really stupid, pretentious celebrity name.
And whenever she talked, she pretended like she was on her TV show.
Yeah, like in front of an audience.
Yeah.
But she wouldn't look at the camera. Like, for us to see her eyes... She would look diagonally elsewhere.
Yeah.
So it's weird to both the characters and us, which I thought was kind of cool.
Yeah.
It could have been so easily that she was breaking the fourth wall. She wasn't. That was cute, I guess.
It was just her personality trait.
Right.
Is that when she talks about her dating show, whether she's actually on her dating show or not, she pretends she's on her dating show.
Right. And regardless of the bonnet that Spencer was wearing atop his head like a baby, she winds up having sex with him. Mm-hmm. And not getting him any kind of client, it doesn't pair him up with any other woman like she's supposed to, just has sex with him herself, which I guess you can't resist Spencer.
I mean...
The Spencer.
And then she feels guilty about it because Spencer is her client. She shouldn't be sleeping with the client.
Yeah.
So Harper and Carly basically follow all of her little rules to a T and put those on Spencer.
Yeah.
And for a minute there, you're thinking, oh my god, they're just going to be humping right now. And then she acts all high and mighty for a second. She's like, this is fake. Or something like that.
Wait, which part is this?
This is like when he's actually dressed like an influencer. And he's like wearing those women's clothing.
He looks like an alien.
Yeah, he looks like an alien influencer. Like, they literally just put him into a women's V-neck, women's jeans, and women's boots, and just called him an influencer, essentially.
And he has frosted tips, too.
Frosted tips, yeah, the frosted tips.
Which was, oh, man. And these pants that he can't move properly in.
Yeah. We thought he was just doing it for the gag, but he literally just can't even walk in these jeans. They're so fucking tight.
And the boots.
Yeah, the boots.
But he legitimately looks like he enjoys wearing it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a man that put a fucking infantile article of clothing on his head earlier in the episode.
With no explanation as to why.
Yeah, except, Carly, your face! Sorry, I know that's weird that I'm repeating a joke on this retrospective podcast about a show, but I thought that was the funniest shit I've ever seen. I almost feel like I'm going to put it in the episode on this podcast, but I don't want Viacom to sue us, so I'm not going to do that.
We'll just call this Carly your face.
I swear to God, man. Yeah. I love that shit. This was a great Spencer episode in general.
Yeah.
But that just sent me over the edge. Oh, and I think Spencer is really kind of A-gaming this episode.
Yeah.
Like full Spencer. And I think they both pulled him in because I'm just going to say it, man. I don't think this season in particular, doesn't know where to go with its characters. I think it's just trying to be funny for 22 minutes.
Yeah, it's very episodic. It's not. Yeah. It's not linear. There's we're not getting to a certain point. It's just.
Yeah. Last season we kind of were. I mean, it was still episodic to a degree, but we still had an overall trajectory.
Yeah.
This one, it just gives that up, and we're just trying to be funny for episode per episode. So I think they brought Spencer back and ramped up the Spencer in this one because they were running out of comedic ideas, and they were like, "Oh, damn it, just get fucking Spencer in here, man. Just get Jerry Trainer to do weird shit the whole episode. Why not?" Not to say that the B plot's bad.
And don't they break up? Those two?
Yeah, at the end, the influencer and Spencer break up. But I believe they have sex one more time or some shit.
They talk about it because she gets over her little rules because she actually likes the way that Spencer looks in her.
She's weirded out by the fact that
Carly is... that Carly... Oh, yeah, she's weirded out because Carly is the one who dressed him in this thing. And she goes you don't live together... but you live together.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird thing because they live in the same building, but they don't live in the same room. Yeah. But they're always together. They have the same friends.
Not only that, but I mean, Spencer is legitimately a surrogate father to Carly. Mm-hmm. Carly's a surrogate daughter to Spencer, even though they're siblings.
They have these weird names in their phones for each other.
Yeah, like sibling.
It was brother, father, and then sister, daughter.
Yeah, which is
for
weird.
Each other, which is weird.
Which is weird as fuck. It's almost incestual in a weird way.
In a weird way, but
it's not really. But they make a joke out of.
Yeah, it's their little inside joke, but it's actually kind of wholesome at the end because when they were actually talking about when he said the original things that he said, I made the choice to take care of you on my own free will. I have no regrets on that decision.
Yeah. And then they hug, and them hugging, just two siblings hugging, freaks out the influencer.
She starts crying.
Yeah, that's right. That's what it was. Yeah.
She starts crying because she never hugged her brothers because she said their fiancés were ugly. No, their children.
Their nephew. Yeah.
Yeah.
Her nephews.
Yeah, her nephews were ugly. That's it.
Yeah.
And they're like, I just tell people the truth or something like that.
Yeah. And I guess she was just weirded out that they were just so close, Carly and Spencer, because it like...
Well, they don't break up. They literally make up because she goes like, have you ever had sex in a something?
Yeah, a very specific kinky sexual position or location or a circumstance.
And then Spencer goes, no, because I had to take care of Carly.
Yeah.
So...
But then they hug, and it's implied that the influencer believes that they're kind of incestual because of the weird, close, very, very super close relationship. Mm-hmm. We know that's not true because we know these characters, but it's played on for laughs. But and then starts breaking down because she doesn't have a family member that she's that close with, and that's a plot. I know it sounds a lot of these plots, with the exception of the Granddad episode, are really basic, but they really made it work in this one just because how hilarious Spencer is, and just, I don't know, the comedic timing was better.
Was there a BNC plot in this episode?
Yeah, but I mean, I just think in general, the timing in this, comedically, was way better. Like, the comedic timing is way better than any of the other episodes we've seen in the season so far.
I feel like they put in weird laugh tracks where laugh tracks weren't necessary.
Yeah, well, that's been this whole fucking series so far. Season 1 and 2 of the reboot. I agree with you. The whole fucking... I don't know. that's editing. But all I know is that it just seemed like they were more... The performances were better, I guess, and the jokes were better.
Yeah.
That's all I mean, that's really as simple as it comes down to. It doesn't need to be a very... I mean, remember when Season 1 tried to be a commentary on internet culture for a little bit? Then it gave up halfway and just started being funny. Yeah. With the storyline that kind of ended Carly's arc at the very end, at the season finale. This one is just trying to be fucking funny, and I commend that. It doesn't matter. It's a sitcom, fuck it. I like these characters.
Yeah. I kind of like the episodic thing that they're doing, where there's not really a story that they're getting to. They're just people in Seattle living their lives with no real agenda, no real reason.
Yeah, just trying to get their lives, straight as adults. I mean, that's really...
Freddie's trying to be a good father to his daughter.
I guess that there is an overarching theme to the show. The theme is maturing and trying to find your way. Yeah. I mean, that's really the ultimate overarching theme, but I mean, it's very loose.
Yeah, very loose.
But it's there. In this episode, Spencer questions having to take care of Carly for so long, but in the end decides it was a good thing because Carly turned out to be pretty good, and Spencer's a fucking millionaire. Yeah. We keep forgetting that. I think the show forgot that, too, because they have not mentioned it once during this season. It was established in Season 1. It has not been mentioned fucking once.
Why is that not Spencer's calling card when hooking up with these girls?
I know.
It's just like, if we're going to do a scene like that, he should just literally...
drop the millionaire card.
Yeah.
Yeah. With every date ever.
Like, if he ever just walks into a grocery store and he sees a pretty girl sitting there, and they start talking, and she goes like, I'm single, and she goes, he should just go like, I'm a millionaire, and then bam.
You're gonna get a girl. If she's shallow enough, she'll do whatever. He just wants a bunch of one-night stands anyway.
He should get a baby. He should get a baby mama, or whatever that is. Sugar baby. That's it.
He's got a baby bonnet.
Yeah. He should get a sugar. He should get a sugar. He should get a sugar baby. That's all I'm saying. That's what he wants. He wants companionships. That's what sugar babies offer.
I gotta turn the AC on. Be right back.
Bryan, entertain them while I'm gone. Entertain them while I'm gone. Bryan? Oh, fuck, he's dead. Great. I can't publish this now. I gotta get rid of the fucking body. Great. Not again. Is that the fourth fucking partner to a podcast I've had that has died on me randomly? The fuck is it the way I smell?
Maybe it's the way you're dressed.
You gotta be kidding me. Alright, you. This is iCarly, not Spongy Bobbo.
Maybe it's because you're ugly.
I think that's what he says. You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, that's what he says.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the way you're dressed. Nah. Maybe it's your laugh.
Nah. Right.
Maybe it's just because you're ugly.
And then you have that star-studded.
You gotta be kidding me.
Finger cannon.
He does the finger guns.
Finger guns. But yeah, really good humor in this, and it was kind of wholesome at the end.
Yeah.
Spencer doesn't regret raising Carly.
A wholesome moment.
Well, he does a little bit, but not much.
Yeah.
What was the?
That's like if my parents one day just told me while I was visiting them, you know what? We really regret having you 30 years ago. That'd be like, it's like, thanks. It's like, we don't do that.
Damn. Yeah. Jesus.
It's like we're rewarding a guardian not regretting their guardianship. Is that the level of competency for parenthood these days?
Yeah, what was the B plot for this one? I'm trying to remember.
I don't remember a B plot for this one.
No, there was. Was that the one? Oh yeah, they're trying to warm. Freddy's trying to warm his family up to the concept of him having a new girlfriend.
I thought that was in the third one.
Was it?
I remember that one because she does those weird shit, like eating bananas through the peel.
Yeah, eats the whole banana, which is weird. Like
that in this. No, that's not. That is in the second one. So the third one was like the new character that we haven't talked about.
Yeah. We'll get to him because that's cool. Yeah. This one's B plot is Freddy just trying to make his mom and his daughter warm up to the fact that he's got a new, little slightly off but nice girlfriend.
I like Pearl.
Yeah, Pearl's nice. Her name's Pearl.
Yeah. Kind
of bland as a character, except for her profession.
The pet therapist.
Which is what the fuck. Whatever. It's like some West Coast shit. All of them have jobs like that. But that was kind of it. Like some pretty mean-spirited moments, but came together in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Good comedy. I mean, good performances. Nathan Kress is good at timing as well. I mean, I don't know. They're all just professionals.
He's still not funny.
Yeah, but his character is
still not funny.
But he's funny.
Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah.
That's like the weirdest little thing. It's like when you get like an actor who is like a really good singer and you want them to sing, but their character is a bad singer.
Yeah, it actually takes some talent to make it sound legitimately bad.
Yeah.
If you can sing good also.
Yeah.
Already.
Because Miranda Cosgrove did that in School of Rock.
Yeah, that's right.
She has a really good voice, but her character Summer Hathaway could not sing for shit.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So this is kind of the thing where Nathan Kress is a funny guy, but his character is not funny, and it's really
right.
It shows sort of his talent that he can portray a not funny character while being a funny guy.
Yeah, I'm just thinking if this was not a comedy and was played straight, this would be a really sad situation for Freddy. Dude lives with his mom after 2 divorces. His mom is a psychopath.
Yes.
Or not psychopath, but completely out of her mind, neurotic and obsessive of her son. And his daughter gives him no respect at all, to the point where he feels like he has to move out and spend a shitload of money on a high-rise, which I don't know where they're getting this money, these kids.
He's got an app.
Oh yeah, his app, I guess?
His dog app thing.
Well, if we're going to assume it's given him enough money to go to a high-rise in fucking Seattle, Washington, for an apartment complex, like near a penthouse,
which that's his job.
If we're going to assume he's got enough money from that one app to buy...
If Carly is paying him. That's assuming Carly is not paying him.
Right. I'm right from iCarly. Yeah. But I mean, if we're going to assume he has enough money to go to a fucking near penthouse location, top of a building in a skyscraper apartment in the middle of Seattle, I mean, he's got to be
in this economy.
He's got to be a millionaire, Spencer. I mean, we're close to it. All these kids are. I mean, for Christ's sakes. But that's how desperate he is. He's willing to spend that much money just to get out of his mom's place, which he should. But it's like, that's really pricey, bro. How are you going to afford that?
And the mom still is not on board with Pearl.
Yeah. The whole episode, he's trying to convince both his mom and his daughter that she's cool.
The daughter...
She comes around at the end.
She comes around at the end. The mom has not come around yet. They do this big group hug because... I don't know if Freddie lied when he said this, but he said that the application got denied. I don't know if this was a lie.
Yeah. He
I think it was a lie.
Probably because we're assuming that after the misunderstanding of moving out of his apartment, his mom thinks she's going with him and Millicent.
Yeah.
After that misunderstanding, he just drops the apartment. So he probably just canceled the application himself.
Yeah.
But they do have a group hug moment where they just push Pearl out of the fucking hug circle.
Which is mean.
It's fucking insanely mean. There's a lot of mean-spirited shit in this one. I'm surprised Dan Schneider didn't write this one. But, I mean, they make up in the end. They're like, oh, we accept you, except Freddie's mom, who will always be crazy.
Yeah.
And it should be noted, yes, Pearl...
is not fully there.
Is not. She eats bananas with the peel still on, which is poisonous.
She claps at the end of movies, which I don't know. I think that's fine.
I clap at the end of movies.
Yeah, that's not something to complain about.
Yeah, I mean the filmmaker's not there to hear you, but
I just do like a light clap like this.
Yeah, I mean if you're in a crowd, you want to celebrate a good movie, fucking do it. Give a shit.
Who fucking cares?
Yeah, if the filmmaker's not there to hear it, who gives a shit? It's for everybody else.
Yeah.
Clapping's fun in general.
Life lesson number 1, folks. Clapping is fun.
That's number 3.
Is that number 3?
Number 1 is jerk off regularly.
Okay.
I don't know what number 2 is. Forget.
Is that a snapping one where we just snapping your fingers is very rhythmic? That's the rule number 2.
I don't know.
Lesson number 2: snapping your fingers is rhythmic.
Unless you don't get rhythm.
Well, snapping your fingers just means you have rhythm. If you can snap your fingers, you have rhythm. That's rhythm right there.
Yeah, if you have rhythm.
But you already have rhythm because you can snap your fingers.
What? No, that's a talent, bro. That's just a talent. Rhythm's actually the succession of beats. Silly goose.
Silly geese.
But yeah, like, that happened. Freddie tried to win him over and did, sort of. And I guess that wasn't the strongest part of the episode. Really, it was the Spencer shit.
Yeah.
But it was still fun.
And then Harper ends up going on that lady's dating show.
Oh, yeah, the influencers show.
The influencer show, yeah.
She's got a lady boner for her.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No, I don't think that's a lady boner, like, the way, like... I think that's just, like, a fan being awestruck that they're seeing there.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's the dimension they were going for in that one, not, like...
Yeah.
Like Harper was crushing on Rachel Bloom's character.
Well, I mean, the only reason I say lady boner is I thought the same thing you did, but then at the very end, she exaggerates her height.
Yeah.
Which the influencer said that attracts more mates. So she tries to appear tall for either other people to see her on TV.
She tells the truth about her job in the intro, but then she goes like, "I'm 6'1", and then just stands on her tiptoes to make her seem a little taller.
Yeah.
And, like, even though standing on her tiptoes would not even make her 6'1", it would probably make her like
5'8",
5'7", 5'8", something like that.
Yeah, I thought she was doing that to attract the influencer.
I don't think so.
I don't know. Or just mates that she deems worthy to date,
right?
That see the show. I don't fucking know.
I think she's just awestruck when seeing a celebrity she particularly is fond of.
It could be either way.
Yeah.
I don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
I mean, like, we're kind of picking this one apart. I'm trying to think of any other funny moments. All the good stuff's with Spencer. It really is a good Spencer episode. Great Spencer episode.
Mm-hmm.
There's some dimension given to Freddie, even though I didn't laugh at those moments. It's sort of fleshed out Freddie and his situation and his relationship with his daughter and his mom and his girlfriend, who he's going to break up with at the end of the season, I guarantee you.
Yeah.
But it gave Freddie some depth. Depth is always good for characters in fiction shows, so even if it's a comedy show, good.
Yeah.
I give it a half-eaten full banana out of a full non-eaten banana.
I'll give it
which is
a green star out of a red star.
There you go.
Or a green flag out of a red flag. I'll give it that. That's the rating of this episode. A green flag out of a red flag.
And you guys know that those are good ratings. You guys know.
The iCarly producers were going like, yes, we got some good scores.
Yes. One half-eaten banana. Not bad. Not fucking bad.
A green flag out of red. Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, episode 5. Pretty good. Pretty funny. I laughed. Bonnet. Spencer Bonnet. Wears a bonnet.
I didn't laugh, but I don't really laugh in these, even if I think some of the jokes are funny.
Yeah, Bryan giggles if he thinks something's funny.
Yeah, I'll giggle.
Or he'll let air out of his nose. I'm usually the one that laughs if there's something funny.
Yeah.
But that's just Cheens, baby.
Yeah.
6. Episode 6. What the fuck happened to this one?
Okay, so this one, I remember that, okay, so the A plot was that, Josh Peck was...
My man.
He didn't come back as a character. He just is his character named Paul. He's apparently a producer.
Yeah, like an LA
producer.
Yeah, Hollywood producer.
I was really hoping when they met for the first time, they would do the same thing that Jared Bell did.
Jared Bell.
When he was just like... When he first came on
that was when he was
iCarly.
still Drake Bell.
Yeah, that's when it was Drake Bell, but he's not Drake Bell anymore. He's Jared Bell.
Yeah, sure.
He's Jared Bell. So when Jared Bell came into the old iCarly, he pretended like he was Drake Parker and she was Megan Parker instead of Carly Shanks. She goes like, Megan, what are you doing here? What are you doing on this web show? What? Or something like that.
It was during the episode in like season 5 or 6 where they were doing the April Fool's Day surreal, trippy episode where it was just LOL random the whole episode.
Yeah.
And he just comes in, no explanation, steals a bag of chips or a bowl of popcorn or something and leaves.
And says Megan instead of Carly.
Yeah, well, it's like presume that he's from the Drake and Josh universe, Drake Bell, and it's like...
But he hasn't realized that he's gone into the iCarly universe.
Which apparently are interconnected, depending on what theory you believe in.
Hi.
Yeah, my neighbors, they're fun.
Fun neighbors.
Yeah, they sure are. But yeah, whatever. I mean, iCarly could be its own thing, separate from Drake and Josh. They could be interconnected. There's theories for both. I don't really give a fuck. I just thought it was a funny joke.
Yeah.
Josh
they didn't do that with Josh, but that was just hopeful thinking. That didn't change our opinions on the episode or anything like that.
Yeah, it felt. I literally felt like a warmth, like not just a nostalgia, but of like legitimate, like a wholesome
Josh Peck,
like welcome warmth.
It's just a wholesome dude.
Yeah, and I haven't seen him in anything for so long that when he came on screen right next to Miranda Cosgrove, even though he's playing a different character than Josh from the Drake and Josh sitcom, even though he was playing a different character, I was still like, oh, Josh is back. Where you been? Where you been, bro?
I had seen him previously. They just did the How I Met Your Mother spinoff, How I Met Your Father.
Yeah, he's in that,
and
right?
he is in that. So I had seen a couple of episodes with him. So I'd seen some of his newer stuff that he's acted in. He also has this YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, I've seen some episodes of the YouTube
and like he just interviews people for fun.
Yeah.
Or something like that. I think that's just one of the things he does on his channel.
Yeah.
I don't know if he still uploads to it or anything. I just remember that was one of his little content things. He would interview his friends and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, it was good to see him. Like, good to have him back. You know, for me, like I especially right next to Megan, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I literally felt like, that's cool. It's like a blast from the past. Seeing him back in a sitcom I watch regularly.
He might be returning because from the way that his character was, it didn't seem like it was a one-off.
Yes, I think he'll be in the next one.
Yeah, I think he'll be in the next couple because he is now partnering with Freddie to manage iCarly or whatever, or promotes. Or,
right. Yeah, his character comes in because Freddie's busy with his own life and whatnot, can't do iCarly as much as he would want to. So they need someone else who's got a little bit more industry clout in a conventional, non-internet sense, and that's who Josh Peck plays. Comes in and just has all these ideas. Freddie and him don't get along, but even when Josh Peck fights, he's still got this nice, kind person vibe about him.
Like he's not trying to be mean.
I know. Even though his character's kind of douchebaggy, it's still like, I can't hate Josh Peck, and I haven't seen him in forever, so I'm just glad he's back. And I'm just like, it's just like seeing him on screen. Fuck it, I just want to give him a hug.
Yeah.
And because he came out good. There's no, on top of everything, there's no scandals.
He aged well.
He aged well.
Fantastically well.
He didn't...
he hasn't abused any children.
Yeah, he hasn't allegedly raped any kids or, fondled any minors.
Right.
He's come out okay, if not even more healthy than he who must not be named.
Yes.
So yeah, I don't know, on top of all
Josh
that...
Peck is ripped, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
He's ripped.
Enjoyed having the episode for real, and I thought he did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
He
was playing a kind of a douchey
executive type,
mm-hmm. though he knew what he was doing and all that kind of stuff. And
yeah,
even though they were fighting, I felt that the chemistry between him and Nathan Kress was really good. There's some really good chemistry.
Yeah. Also, just with everybody. I mean, Miranda Cosgrove and Josh Peck have acted along each other for almost a decade now.
Yeah.
And then they had another decade apart, but it's almost like they didn't miss a beat.
Right.
When they came back for this episode, it was like, yeah, they still have that chemistry. Like they're still good together.
Yeah. Apparently, Freddie was having some trouble juggling both the Kevin app and iCarly, so Carly goes like, I'm going to ask all of our fans and see what they want us to do.
Yeah.
And she goes like, okay, I'm going to delete all of these that are made by Mandy Valdez.
Yeah, and then they get to this foot fetish suggestion box, which gets rid of the rest of the suggestions.
And then it's something, I don't remember what it is, and then it's Paul's character.
Right.
In a video message.
Oh no, Miss Benson, Freddie's...
Oh, yes, that's it. Yeah,
so weird.
Yeah, she says she's sick or something like that.
Sick of... What was it?
I don't remember, but she's not actually sick.
Yeah, she just wants attention from iCarly.
Yeah, she wants attention from her son. That's what she wants.
Right. The only way to connect with him is through, email with Carly.
Yeah. And then the next one is Paul, which is Josh Peck's character.
Right. And I don't know, I know I keep saying I love seeing him, but I really did, man. I was just like, Josh is back.
So they start fighting, which is natural. A new guy. Freddie gets defensive. It's a new guy coming in.
Yeah.
He thinks that Paul is trying to take a spot.
He legit gets, territorial.
Yeah, just a bit.
Yeah, they have, a bro spaz out fight, kind of.
Yeah.
Not a fist fight, but, almost.
Yeah.
It felt real.
They got physical with that phone that he has. They were recording an iCarly episode doing some skit or something. And,
right. The tiniest fortune teller ever.
Yeah, something like that.
It's so stupid, where she has a miniature crystal ball.
Yeah, and then she has those miniature tarot cards, and they're all... And we all know psychics get a lot of their stuff that they do via cold reading.
Yeah.
And a lot of the cold reading that the psychic is doing is stuff that happens in a previous scene. There's the fox, the fox card, there was the chicken card. Those are all stuff that had previously happened. So Freddie thought that this was all just Paul feeding the world's tiniest psychic this bullshit.
Which it was. I mean, it totally was.
Yeah, it totally was.
Because there was a chicken costume in the last scene. There was a fox in the last scene. All that stuff. Basically, he's just trying to take Freddie's place with this fortune teller, making it valid and winning Carly over with that. Mm-hmm. And Carly just kind of settles it by, this is weird, but I thought it was really fun and effective and funny. Mm-hmm. She settles the debate between the two by bringing them to an escape room exhibit, mm-hmm. where the walls close in. Which, if that really exists, if there's an escape room like that anywhere in America, I'm going to that shit as soon as I can. That seemed fun as fuck.
Yeah.
The walls really closing in.
And
it was awesome.
They're still in this little fighting thing, and then the walls come in, and then Carly, who's very claustrophobic, starts her little panic attacks, and all. She has these panic attacks and forces them to work together so they can not have my panic attacks anymore.
Yeah, because as we all know, Carly is claustrophobic and emits goat noises when she's in claustrophobic environments.
Yes. She doesn't in this one particular claustrophobic moment.
I didn't think they were going to do it, because they solved the fucking problem, and then they get to the next room, which she didn't know about, because she had planned all of this, but didn't know about the next room.
She knew the first room's walls were going to shrink. She absolutely knew that.
And she mentioned she took a pill beforehand, like, just to settle through it.
Yeah.
Just to ease through the claustrophobia of this set.
And they're like, yay, we're out. And then the guy in the speaker comes, no, you've actually
got
like
4 decades of
4
rooms
decades
to go.
Because
it's a decade-themed escape room place.
Yeah.
So they go to the 80s, and they have to go all the way up to modern times. So they got like 4 more rooms to go. Carly doesn't know about this, and as soon as they get out of the first room, they're told this. The door closes, and they have to figure out another puzzle. And lo and behold, that they were going to do this shit, but she starts doing the goat noises.
Yeah.
I was like, they fucking did it, and Miranda Cosgrove agreed to do it. I was surprised by that.
I would have been okay if it was just written off as something she had overcome throughout her years of maturing and stuff. She had overcome her reaction to the claustrophobic of the goat noise. Like, she had overcome the goat noises. But nope, she still does the goat noises.
And not just that, but like that, the goat noises is a reference to where in the original series, I think it was like season 4 or 5.
They go into space, and she does this.
It's not space. It's,
it's a therapist's office.
It was a very tight. It was like a therapist that shoved her, Sam, and Sam's mom. Into like a closet, like a very claustrophobic, like thinking room.
Yeah.
And she gets trapped in there with them.
It was weirdly a throwback to that episode.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's
yeah.
In the original series, when that happens, she starts making goat noises, and I always thought that's got to be some writer's fetish. They just wanted to see Miranda Cosgrove gruel on the floor, making weird animal sounds.
Yeah.
I hope I'm wrong. I think I am, because she was willing to do it here. Yeah. So I was like, Dan Schneider's not attached anymore, so I guess it's her fucking agency, her own free will. So that's cool that she's doing it. I mean, I'm glad that the show isn't as corrupt as I thought it was.
Right.
And it still might be, but I just don't want to know about it.
You're given the benefit of the doubt at this point.
Absolutely. I mean, they still hate Dan Schneider. I hate saying his name so much, but it's true. I mean, with scenes like that, you got to think, like, they even mentioned foot fetish in this series season. Yeah, in this episode.
The foot thing, and that's something that a lot of Dan Schneider shows would have. Their characters would be barefoot in some sense.
Well, not just barefoot, but they would be like, there'd be close-ups on the feet, and they'd be like dipping them in ketchup and weird shit. Yeah. Victorious is especially guilty of this.
And there's the one episode of the original iCarly where they're on the swing set in the iCarly studio. Like, how'd they get a swing set in an iCarly studio?
How do they get that apartment?
Right.
Don't worry about it.
And they're just swinging, and both Carly and Sam are barefoot, and the feet are coming very close to the screen.
Very close.
Yeah.
There's so many scenes like that. Yeah, and I'm not going to go any further. I just thought that the goat noises were another product of a sick man's mind. I guess they weren't, because she did them in this episode. Yeah. So that kind of relieves me.
And in this kind of environment, we don't want actors doing things they're uncomfortable doing.
Yeah, but hey, fuck it. You know, Josh Peck's here. Everything's all right. He's going to make everything okay.
Yeah. They make up.
He's a superhero.
Freddie admits he's just slightly jealous of Josh Peck. And then Josh says, yeah, I was probably a bit of a douche.
And then they hug and they make out and they fuck. I mean,
they probably hug, but
I think they fist pump or some shit.
And then they work together to figure out the first room of the panic room.
And then later in the episode, as a final scene, Freddie and Carly eat pot gummies. And
pot gummies.
Yeah, Harper has pot gummies that they fucking took accidentally, and they're high for 3 minutes, and that's the end of the episode.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
But I thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah, it was a little funny, a little weird, but still pretty funny.
iCarly's edgy now, Bryan. It's edgy.
They have penis parasites and...
Yeah, and sex and drugs and alcohol.
Like, imagine if the original iCarly, they had a scene where, like, Carly goes like, oh, I just had sex with insert boy here.
They couldn't do it because it was rated TV 7.
Yeah, they couldn't do that. But they can do that with iCarly. You can say the words penis and pot brownie and
what the clock.
Yeah, what the clock. Yeah, that was the pun that they were making. I don't think Freddie likes puns.
Yeah, puns can be punny, or they can't be. Depends on how you use them. But this show's got drugs, so who cares?
Yeah, and we haven't even talked about the B plot of this episode yet. This was the one where
this is good.
The restaurant
that
they're working at. They're working at the. There's a food critic coming to Shea What? Come to Shea What?
Yeah, Shea What, the Spencer's restaurant. Yeah.
And food critic, I'm quote unquote here.
Right.
And so he goes like, okay, Harper, I need you to act like my food's good and all that kind of stuff. Act like a thing. And then the guy comes in. He doesn't look like a food critic, but I don't think we've caught up on this.
Yeah,
when he walks in,
some weird art guy that resembles Prince.
Yeah.
More than a food critic.
And he turns out that he's not a food critic, he's an art critic.
Yeah, he visits arts installations by artists and judges them and reviews them.
Yes.
And he knows of Spencer's work because Spencer is a millionaire artist.
Yeah.
They do mention that in this episode. They don't mention the millionaire part, but they mention Spencer's fame.
Yeah.
Which I guess still counts.
Yeah.
And because of this, Harper, who has been hired or staged to be this person who over-exaggeratively belts out how good the food is there to impress the quote-unquote food critic, who's actually an art critic.
Yeah.
They find out based on her horrible performance that he's actually an art installation critic, and he assumes that the food is intentionally terrible and the service is intentionally terrible, and Harper is a actress portraying an annoying customer, all because it's an art exhibit portraying the evils of food service.
Yeah, and
which is cool. I thought that was kind of clever.
Commentary of the server and the servee, basically.
Right, the customer and the server. Yeah. And they just annoy the fuck out of the real life customers that are there, and get a good review from the art critic.
Yeah, but they only get the good review after Spencer pounds the table and the thing bursts.
Oh my, yeah, the candle on top of this fucking episode. Spencer slams his fucking fists on a random table and it combusts. Because Spencer, if you forgot, has fire powers, and they finally come back in this series.
And it's the fire powers that get him the good grade from the art critic, because the art critic is a fan of Spencer's
special
inventions.
shtick. Yeah. Well, yeah, the food critic goes the art critic goes, this doesn't really scream Spencer Shea. You know, I need a little bit more Spencer in it. And what else can they do at that point? They've been blue balling it all fucking season. They didn't even do it last season. We haven't had a moment where Spencer uses his fire powers.
Right. So
he just sits down and in anguish and defeat, slams his hands on the table, and it combusts.
He serves Millicent and Freddie's mom frozen meat, and he tells them to throw it like a frisbee, see if it'll come. Not a frisbee, but a boomerang, and see if it'll come back.
Right.
It doesn't. It hits some customer who's unaware of what's going on.
Right. But you can't beat that fire moment.
Right.
That was that was.
And then
almost as good as the
Harper talks to the art critic and says, "Are you having a good time?" or something like that, and then throws water in his face.
Yeah.
That was fun.
But I mean, that fire moment is almost as good as the bonnet moment. Might be better. Not sure. I like the aftermath where he actually burns himself.
Yeah.
And they have to take him to the hospital.
Yeah.
I mean, Harper's like, you did it! We got like 100 on the art critic score. He liked it. Art critic liked it. And Spencer's just like, uh-huh.
He's like crying and smiling at the same time.
And Harper's like, hospital?
Yeah.
Yup.
Yeah.
Good shit. Yeah, that whole thing was fun.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of nonsense. Yeah, look, man, if the writers can't do anything on their own that's funny, they just give it to Spencer.
Yeah.
And I'm all right with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with him getting his own show, too.
Spencer, take the wheel.
I'm seriously okay with that. It'd be better than Sam and fucking Cat.
Yeah, we watched like 7 minutes of one of the first episodes.
It was 20, unfortunately. 20 full minutes of that pile of dog shit.
We watched the entire episode?
Just about. I had like 5 minutes left, so 15 minutes. But like, that shit is cancer.
Yeah.
I've never seen a more unfunny, exhaustive, made-for-babies type of show.
And we're not going to review this on this channel. We'll let Quentin do that when it's his turn.
Yeah, Quentin Reviews. Go subscribe to him. He's doing it soon. That show sucks ass. I couldn't get through one episode, and we tried today.
Yeah.
We tried before the podcast, a few hours before we started this episode. of the podcast. Really that bad. Really, actually that bad.
Yeah.
It's just a horrible show.
And y'all know me. I don't really say these kind of things are bad.
Yeah,
That's not really my kind of thing.
Even Bryan was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Even Bryan. Which, I mean, there you go.
Yeah. If I say it's bad, then it's
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, you win some, you lose some, you watch some iCarly some, you watch Sam and Cat less, and overall, just gotta say it, these 2 episodes, the last 2 were so good and so funny compared to the rest of the season, I kind of want to watch some more. I haven't had that feeling since the beginning of season 1.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it goes up from here because it could go back down because the first 3 or 4 episodes of this season, man, they were dull.
Yeah, there was one that was good and then 2 that were meh.
Yeah, but I mean, so far it's been...
And then this one, 2 of them were really good and 1 that was meh.
Yeah, and then the previous 3 of this season were...
That was 2 mehs and 1 good. There was 1 good episode in that.
Yeah, overall forgettable. Like, this season is so far kind of forgettable and lame. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be, I hate to say it. I mean, the acting is good, the writing is lukewarm, but there's nothing really... I'm not really...
I give it a pass because I don't think they're going for, like we were saying earlier, that we're heading to an arc or something like that.
No,
so, like,
yeah, that's
this
fine.
Season's not going to an arc. It's just...
I know, but...
These guys, these friends,
it could be funnier. They
Yeah.
can make it funnier, at least. If we're not going to go for that,
Yeah.
then at least make it more entertaining. And there's nothing that sticks out so far, except for these last 2 episodes.
Yeah. It was a court episode in the first 3, and then these 2.
Right.
These last 2 were the ones that stuck out.
Only these last 2 that really, really hit the spot for me. But I hope it goes up from here. I hope they keep this...
The trajectory looks good.
Yeah.
It's good. I mean, because we're watching this in sort of this vacuum of 3 episodes at a time.
Right.
So we have an easier way of ranking which ones are better because we're seeing these and these. As we're watching these series, we're comparing them and all that kind of stuff. So we see them as this is like sort of a step up from the last 3.
But you'd be able to tell that if you were watching it weekly. I mean, you'd be able to say, like, that was boring. That was good.
But not in the 3... not in this 3 little chain that we're doing right now. The chains of 3.
But right now, I just hope it plateaus at this level of quality and comedy.
Yeah.
And that's all I hope for. I hope.
So there's probably going to be another 4 episodes of this season. I think there's... Aren't they all just 10 episodes each?
13.
Okay, there's going to be 13 in this one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, I assume last...
We had 10 last season.
It was 13.
Oh, yeah. It was 13.
Because we did an extra episode at the very end.
Yeah.
Or did we do 1?
We did the finale.
Yeah, and then the spaghetti tacos. That's right.
We did the spaghetti tacos in the finale in the same episode.
Which, don't expect another spaghetti taco vid. We've already done it. Not doing it again. We have to.
It was fun, but
we'll have to do something else. I don't know what else.
Yeah, we'll do something else.
I couldn't figure out what we could do. I don't know any other food that we could replicate in the iCarly universe. So we'll figure it out.
We'll figure something out.
If not, you guys will be satisfied regardless, because we're awesome.
We're the best podcasters in the world.
Yeah, I mean, our voices aren't grating or annoying at all.
No.
They're very smooth and dulcet. But yeah, I hope it stays at this level of comedy.
Yeah.
I'm not asking for anything else.
Give us like 2 good episodes and a meh, or just give us 3 funny episodes.
Just be a good comedy show.
Yeah.
Just make me laugh. Put Spencer in it more. Spencer in a bonnet. And have...
Your face! Carly, your face!
Yeah, and you know what they should also have a little bit more of? Picking it up this time, yeah. Oh, fuck. Oh, ow. Oh. I sprained my ankle. I'm not joking. I sprained my ankle.
Oh no, I've got to revive you.
No, get away from me. Get the fuck away from me. Do not touch me. Do not touch me. Oh, Jesus Christ. You're making it worse. Oh my God. Oh, I think you like...
Oh my God, he lost his foot.